First, Liverpool's season has hit a new low with a 3-0 defeat at home to Nottingham Forest, who started the day in the relegation zone. Liverpool were outplayed at Anfield as they slumped to a 6th defeat in their last 7 Premier League games, and they have now dropped into the bottom half. Murillo had given Forest a 1-0 lead at half-time before second-half goals from Nicola Savona and Morgan Gibbs-White sealed the win for Forest. And after spending £450 million in the summer, Liverpool's title defence looks to be in tatters. No team has ever lost 7 matches and won the Premier League before. Liverpool have now lost 6. British record signing Alexander Isak started the match but was largely anonymous and was pulled off after 68 minutes.
Obviously everyone is disappointed, like they should be, because losing at home against Nottingham Forest is, in my eyes, very bad. That's the least I can say about it. But especially the second half, the goals we conceded far too easy, and something that we all have to look in the mirror and take responsibility for. I've been in this club for such a long time now. We've been through ups and downs already, and we will bounce back. But these things don't happen overnight. You have to work and do it together. It's not a one-man show. It's all together, and keep going. But the reality is that we are in a very difficult moment, and we all want to get out of there. I'm not a quitter. No one should be. So I will keep going until the end.
And you can tell that it's hurting you just talking to us right now. The supporters leaving early as well. It's been so long since that happened, and you notice that too, don't you?
Of course. But I can't decide obviously what the supporters are doing if they leave early. Obviously, I can understand the frustration fully, but I know obviously the fans have been through thick and thin with us over all those years, and that's how Liverpool is, and I'm pretty sure that they will always stick with us regardless. And when we come out of this, because we will come out of this, they will be there with us as well.
At this moment of time, we're having a bad cocktail, so the chances we create don't go in, and almost every chance the other team creates or gets goes in. But that will not go on forever, but we also have to look at ourselves, what we can do better when we concede a goal, because that we are conceding too many goals, and at this moment of time, I think 2 games in a row now where we haven't scored, so that is something we have to do better. And we try to work on that every single day.
You can feel in and around this area that we're in, the mood is pretty low right now. I imagine in the locker room as well, it's even lower. I wouldn't say rock bottom, but I would imagine it's bad. Yeah,
and it should be like this. So no matter what kind of run of form you're in, but if you lose at home 3-0 against a team that did really well today, but it's not for our standards that we are losing a home game with 3-0. So, and if you add to that the run of form we are in, it should be, we should all be very disappointed. And but we also know that in a few days, Champions League is coming up, and the players that we have available at this moment of time, have to find their energy again and go again in 3 or 4 days, and this is what I can only say they've done every single time we've played. Every game we play, players have given everything, and as long as they do this, I think the results are not so far away.
Well, as we mentioned, it was another frustrating afternoon for Alexander Isak. He was taken off with Liverpool 2-0 down. In his 68 minutes on the pitch, he had just 15 touches, and only 2 of those came in the Nottingham Forest box. He made 6 successful passes, had just 1 shot, which was off target, and lost all 7 of his duels. Well, Liverpool have now lost 6 of the last 7 Premier League matches, with their only points coming in the 2-0 win against Aston Villa at the start of November. As for Nottingham Forest, their revival under Sean Dyche continues. A win against Leeds United, a draw with Manchester United, and now a 3-0 humbling of the champions, a far cry from the ill-fated 39-day reign of Ange Postecoglou.
No, I must say credit to them for an early start. I thought they started really fast. We expected that. We spoke to the players about it, the likelihood of. After a tough result against Man City, we thought they'd come here and be on the front foot, which they certainly were. we felt we'd have to defend well. We did. I think our keeper and our two centre-halves, particularly Nico Williams as well. Don't want to single out just them, but I think in the defensive unit, Sav's a young player learning. He certainly did fantastic second half to remain calm as he does, and learn from the first half and correct it. But I'm really pleased at that early stage, because the grounds like this, it's very tough to dominate the ball, and it's unlikely you're going to outchance them. It can be done, but it's unlikely. So therefore, you've got to defend well, and we certainly did. And then we built on that with some real quality as well. We want to build that mentality where I spoke about it in the week, actually, that competitive mentality. People can question me in the past and praised me. No one praised me, by the way, but I always have a team that are competitive. That's a big marker for me as a manager, and we've certainly shown that day. It has to continue, though. I've reminded them that, and these days don't get me wrong, there to be enjoyed for everyone else. I enjoy them in my own way, with the fans and the players. But I did remind them, I said, it's another step. These are steps, and I'm obsessed with it. My job's to the end of the season, not just for the bits in the middle. The fans can have that one. I took the Porto one, but they can have that one.
Well, Liverpool's defeat against Nottingham Forest and the state of their title defence was discussed on Sky Sports Fan Zone earlier this evening, and some supporters didn't hold back on how they felt about Arne Slot's position at the club.
I've been on here defending, but I've run out now. I've run out of petrol. I'm done. You know what? When he's talking about Slot and Moyes, obviously Slot won the league, Moyes didn't, innit? Moyes won the Europa Cup, so cool. It's not the same, but yeah, it's not. It's time, innit? It's time. We can't. It's time. He's got to go now, man.
What? You think Slot has to go?
It has to go,
Vicky,
man. I've been trying to defend it for
do you
ages.
think Slot needs to go?
No, I don't. I don't think Slot needs to go.
No?
No.
Vicky's
But
really
I want to hear
nice.
from Lewis, hang on. You tell me why.
Because this has been going on for too long, and this is the kind of reason why I'm saying that it's time for him to go, because he's just making ridiculous decisions. Like, as I said, Ekitike played for France on the left, came on, got an assist, got a goal from the left side. Fair enough, you want to play Isak. I understand that we spent so much money on him. Maybe there's pressure from upstairs to play him. I understand that. But play Ekitike on the left. It's not like Gakpo's not ripping up trees at the moment. Play him as well and see what they can do. No, you don't play Ekitike. What are we doing here now, man? We're 11th, bro. We're in the bottom half of the table.
From inside the Liverpool dressing room. Before we get that, though, I've just been reading over while you've been speaking an interview with Virgil van Dijk, who of course is the captain and also has led the club to so much success in recent seasons. And to surmise the interview, he basically says there were nerves after conceding. They were trying to go for the equaliser at the same time. Everyone should be disappointed. Everyone has to stand up and take responsibility. Losing at home to Forest in his eyes is very bad. Felt the goals were very easy. Bouncing back overnight is also not easy, but he says it's not a one-man show. It's down to all of them. He's not a quitter, and none of them should be.
No. Listen, no one at this football club's a quitter and never has been. You don't build a dynasty like this by quitting at the first hurdle. Of course you don't. In football, carries so many challenges and so many things change overnight in football, and a week can be a long time, can't it? But what they've got to be careful of now is they need just to calm down, just to take a breath, no one get carried away, and we just work our way back into it. They need to start producing results quick, because for me, the league now has become, winning the Premier League has become a very difficult ask. You're now looking at Champions League, and the whole dynamics change if you don't make Champions League. Financial fair play kicks in, because you're not making as much money revenue-wise from the Champions League. Sponsorship deals, I'm sure, are all made around Champions League qualification. Your power to attract players to the football club, again, Champions League plays into it. So you've got to be careful that you're still in the mix at the end of the season. You can't drop out of the Champions League. This club can't be out of the Champions League. So they've got to find a solution. They've got to do it quick.
Yeah, we're back here midweek, of course, to face PSV in the Champions League, Neve. But just in terms of the overall picture for the league, I mean, it is very rare that a side would lose more than 5 Premier League games and still win the title. I think Manchester City, the only side who've done it, and that was once in the last 7 years. So the big picture, doesn't look too great at the moment. There is a long way to go still. Anything can happen. We've seen that before.
Yeah, the one thing is you never write off Liverpool. We've made the impossible possible, and it's not looking good right now. There's no doubt about that. The stats don't say it looks good. Only Man City have done it in the last 7 years. So it's not great reading, but the main thing is we get in and around the Champions League spots. We focus back on trying to get back into winning games again. Literally just keep in touch. Don't lose too much pace. And it is quite a bad defeat today because you can see that gap, and obviously dropping into the bottom half of the table is never pretty reading. But Virgil said they've got the players there. They all need to step up. Every one of them. It's not on one person. There's a dressing room there full of internationals. You have to just take the ownership together. It's not on one person to lead us out of this. And I think, come Christmas, we'll get a better understanding of where we're at.
Yeah, it's not obvious.